It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at All-Pro Davante Adams. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Raiders and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Jacobs to start the drive. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Here's 2nd and 8. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. They'll set up a throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. Touchdown! Darren Waller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to it. For these ball games.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
The Raiders at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Forced out to his left. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Christian Wilkins
able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins force the turnover, and they'll take over at the and 10.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on the job. He's got to take this feedback.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
The slant connects with Davante Adams.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Gets this to Waller on the crossing route.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Jacobs trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Jacobs again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He completes it to Boyd. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left. He hits Adams complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Tyler Boyd from 4 yards out. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because
they'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle
complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. On second down, Jacobs. 44 yards rushing for him. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. And they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that.
And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Vegas. 58 yards. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. And this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Here's Jacobs. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams from 3 yards out. And the Raiders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation. Read, and if you don't...
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He gets this one to Boyd. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. It's fourth down.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Running right through it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 41 yards. Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Running it with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running is Jacobs. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run it with Jacobs. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they plan to do going in, whether they just